this part of the sets tutorial, I am going to show you how you can access the items of a set. So because we don't have positions inside a set, we don't have this kind of accessibility that, for example, you can say, okay, what is the second item, what is the first item, because order doesn't matter. So we have two ways. We can loop through the set, or we can see if a certain item exists or not. So first of all, we're going to see how we can loop through a set. This is the same as the fastest way we've looped through a list or a tuple. However, we can use other methods like while loop or for loop for the range of the new set, the length of the new set. But first of all, let's loop through the set and see what happens for I or for X in new set. And inside of it, we will write print X. So it's just as simple as that. Let's comment these two print lines and specifically focus on looping through this list new set. So as you can see, we've looped through this new set here. Also, there are times when we want to check if a certain item exists inside a set. So we can print, for example, we want to see if apple is in new set. Actually, we don't have is here because in means is in. So in Python it is written that way. So we want to check whether apple is in new set. So we write apple in new sets and the result will be true or false. So if apple exists in the new set, it will show us true. And as you can see here, we're seeing true here, and this true is different from this one over here. So let me comment this part so that you don't mix it up with the results of the print here. And here, as you can see, the result is true. So instead of apple, we can, for example, test it for something else. For example, a name of a city. And so for example, I want to see if New York is in the list in this set. So here, as you can see, false is the result of this Boolean result. So anyway, by these two statements in and by looping through a set, we can see if certain items exist or not, or we can see all of the items inside a set. And there are of course other ways to loop through a set. It's just the same as the tuples. So for example, I can write for I in range new set length of new set and print new set I, and we will access different subsets of this set. And we can also use the while loop as well. In the following of our sets tutorial, we're going to see how we can remove different items from a set. So we have different methods. The first two of them are remove and discard. There are differences between these two, and I'm going to explain inside an example. So consider that we want to remove James from the new set. So we use we write print. Actually, first we need to remove it. So new set dot remove, and inside the parentheses we write James, and it will also let me comment the other parts because we don't want to have them here. We want to only see the items of the set. So here, as you can see, after running the code and seeing each of the parts, the new set, we had James, but here after removing James, we have no James here in the set. So consider that we want to remove an item that does not exist inside the new set. So for example, we can write John. So if we write John, because John does not exist, let's see what happens. As you can see here, we are saying that there's an error, so it will raise an error for us saying that John does not exist. There's also another method for removing an item of a set, which is discard. And once we use discard, for example, we want to remove pencil. So let's forget this one, removing the item that does not exist for remove, and let's run this. Here, as you can see, we have James, but we don't have pencil. So consider that we do the same for discard. So here we say we want to remove John, which does not exist in the new set. So if I run this time, you can see that there is no error. And because we don't have any John here, and there is no removing, so the difference between discard and remove is that when you want to remove an object that does not exist, with remove you will face an error, but with discard, if you don't know that a certain object exists or not, but you want to remove it, you use discard to make sure that it has been removed. But when you're sure that an object does exist, you can use remove. So these are the two use cases of remove and discard. We also have another method, which is pop. So we had pop for list, and if you can remember, and it would, if when we ran this pop here method for loop for the list, it would have removed the last item of a list. But here, as I said earlier in this tutorial, we don't have order. We don't have order for the sets. So because it does not have order, we do not know exactly which one of these items are the last one. So arbitrarily, one of these items will be removed because we do not determine which item we are going to remove. So when I use this one, let me also, for now, let's comment these two methods and use pop. Here we need to find out which one of these items has been removed. So we have pencil, we have apple, we have orange, pencil, orange, apple, James, and 20, 0 and 1. We don't have 0. Okay, 0 here has been removed and it's been considered as the last part, so it's been removed from the set. So here when we want to arbitrarily only remove one item, and it doesn't matter which one, we use pop. There are also moments when we want to empty the entire set, and then we use clear. There are moments when we want to delete a set, and we use delete, or del, which we also used for the list, if you can remember. So to do this, I will also comment this method, pop method here, and use clear for here. So new set dot clear. Also don't forget about the parentheses, and let's loop through the fetch, and as you can see we have no item. It's totally empty, and as a result we have no item. There's also another method, as I told you, using delete. This is actually not a method. So when you use del new set, what it does is to completely delete the new set for you. So let's save and run the code. Here, as you can see, you face an error because the new set is completely deleted and it's not emptied, it's just deleted. And here with clear, we only had the set, the new set, but without any item. But here with delete, with our del, we have even no new set. Anyway, so here we learned how to remove certain parts, remove an arbitrary part, and also empty the entire set, and also delete the set itself.